this segment of A Bit of Addison History, I want to talk about how the museum collects documents, photos, and objects for its permanent collection. Items on display at the Addison Historical Museum are either loans or donations. The museum does not currently budget funds for acquisitions. The vast majority of items have been donated to the Addison Historical Society. The Historical Society is the 501c3 organization that assists the Village of Addison with museum operations. When a person has an item of historical interest and contacts the museum, they speak with me as museum coordinator. After hearing details about the item, such as what it is, its history, and its condition, I make a determination on behalf of the Society as to whether or not to accept the item into the collection. This decision is based on the museum's collection policy. To be added to the collection, an item must have a strong relationship or tie to Addison history. Or in the case of the Century House, it must date to a specific time period. To provide you with a sense of what the museum collects, I would like to highlight some recent donations in the past year. One significant donation of both documents and objects were items relating to the opening of the new Addison Consolidated Dispatch Center. The Village of Addison donated the dedication, invitation, and program, and the police department donated a commemorative thermal cup with tote bag and medallion. These materials will help the museum preserve information about this important addition to Addison's infrastructure for the future. Another series of donations came about due to my monthly outings to the Senior Club at the Addison Park District. I was offered the service uniforms of 2 Addison servicemen by their mothers who were in attendance at the Park District. One uniform is the U.S. Navy coveralls worn and donated by Brian Growack and now on display in the military room of the museum. Growack served on the USS John C. Stennis, a Nimitz-class nuclear-powered supercarrier, from June 2008 to February 2012, and was deployed in both the Persian Gulf and the Korean Peninsula. The other uniform is the desert camouflage hat, jacket, and pants worn and donated by specialist Derek Glass, formerly of Addison. Glass was an attack helicopter repairer during the Gulf War in Iraq. His hat and some photos are currently on exhibit. His full uniform will go on display in November in time for Veterans Day observances. A recent donation was also made by Addison resident Shirley DePasqua. Her late husband, Pasqualino Pat DePasqua, was an artist who lived in Addison. Mrs. DePasqua donated photographs and note cards of advertising art that her husband created for such companies as Dickinson's Jams, Jones Dairy Farm Sausages, Dial Family Deodorant, Accent Village Rice, and for the J.M. Smucker Company. Mr. DePasqua had a long association with Smuckers. He not only provided the depictions of the fruit, but he also designed the entire packaging, including the famous gingham patterned cap, the jar, and the lettering. After his retirement, Mr. DePasqua turned his attention to painting watercolors of nature, barns, and seascapes. Many of his watercolors feature winter scenes because they were used by the family for their annual Christmas card. An exhibit of DePasqua's art is currently on display in the museum exhibit case in the Village Hall Rotunda. The exhibit will be up through mid-November, and it can be accessed weekdays from 8 to 5 p.m. The museum can also scan original documents and photographs if you would like to retain ownership of the items. For more information, please contact me Monday through Friday at the museum at 630-628-1433 or email me at museum@addison-il.org.